Hi, everyone. I'll just give you a very quick update at the state of the project at this time. So as you know, we started the early track this week. So we have an unusually large number of participants in the early track. So normally we would be expecting somewhere a little over 1,000 up to 2,000 total participants in the early track and about 4,000 in the late track. At this time in the early track, we have already almost 2,000 people on Teams and another 300-400 to be added in the coming days, which is a little bit more than what we normally see. And I'm not sure if that's a post-COVID sort of growth in number of participants or more professors chose the early track instead of the late track, so we'll see. But all in all, we expect probably around 6,000 to 7,000 participants in both tracks. So now the early track sort of has little to do with the academy track. So the academy students, as you know, are now going through the theoretical phase, completing the tests, theoretical tests, and will be placed on Teams on October the 4th with the late track. But at least for the coaching program and for the professors and for Rafael for that matter also and his administrative team, it sort of matters because we always use the early track as sort of as a warm up, as preparation. So we recheck all of the message templates. We make sure all of the Excel files work, all of the databases work. Coaches start coaching the students. And again, it's a smaller track, so it's nice sort of preparation and warm up. But so that's basically where we stand. Now, in terms of the number of clients, again, since we have pretty much the same client list for both early and late track, I guess that would be of interest even to those who will be placed on Teams in October. So every time I promise myself that we will limit the number of participants, number of companies to about 5 or 6. So this way we can go deeper, we can go more teams per client. And so there will be not as much work for us because all those webinars, all those negotiations with the companies back and forth, the list of questions they want the students to work on, the final executive analytic summaries. So all of that takes a lot of work. And again, Rafael here knows, so I had a little emergency this week and had to fly to Miami for a day. And it happened to be the day when we had 3 webinars scheduled, 2 plus 1, but even though it was a one-day trip, but it kind of covered almost 2 days with the travel. And so all of a sudden we have to look for people who host those events. So it takes a little bit more time. But the good news for the students is that, yes, this time we somehow ended up with 11 companies. So it is more work for the administrators, but I guess more choices for the students. And so we have a total of 11 companies. I don't think we will be adding any more. So that's enough in my opinion. So, but you have 11 companies, each one representing a different country and a different industry. And so once you are on Teams, you have a nice sort of choice of clients. The challenge obviously is that with so many choices, it's hard to sort of agree as a team on one. So there will be probably always someone on the team who wants a different company. And look, that one is a very different company, very interesting product. Maybe we should work on that one. But again, I'm not upset about it because again, first, choice is good. But second, as you as a team will be negotiating the choices, it is part of the exercise. So it is part of the sort of that practice of that experience that we want you to have. And so starting with selecting the company, I guess it's a relatively sort of fun, easy task to do, but still requires some communication. So then for the early track students this week, we just forming teams. And the task is to meet and greet each other, make sure that everyone's communicating with everyone. So far, no reports of problems. It seems like pretty much all of the students had a good start. But as always, we will have, each team will have probably at least one problematic student who perhaps is not a free rider, but maybe is not working as hard as the team expects him or her to work, maybe not as fluent in English, maybe not as vocal with ideas, or vice versa, too bossy and explains or expresses too many suggestions and doesn't listen to anyone. But again, that's normal. That's what we expect. It would be almost disappointing if the team was, all hardworking, all nice people, because that doesn't happen often. And for the team like that, there will be not much learning going on. So it's almost okay and maybe even good to have some little challenges on the team. But yeah, that's basically where we stand. So we will form a few more teams on Monday, and I think that will be it for the early track. And then for the academy track, Rafael and his team, thank you so much, guys, manages everything from the admissions to enrollments to all of the processing of the results, exams, and stuff like that. One more interesting development that concerns everyone is the X-Culture Symposium 2023. So we had 5 meetings with 5 locations with Dr. Baumanis this week. And we still have not decided which one we will select, but here are the locations we're talking to and sort of logic and reasoning that goes into that decision. So if you have any suggestions, maybe share them with us. So in terms of the timing and the general location of the symposium, we are trying to go with Eastern Europe, late June or early July, for the reason that the Academy of International Business Conference will be in the first days of July in Warsaw, Poland. And most of the professors, or many of the X-Culture professors, go to that conference. And so we figured if we have the X-Culture Symposium at the same time in the same location, back to back, the professors will not have to fly twice to a different continent. So I would be going to the Academy of International Business no matter what. And so if the conference, for example, X-Culture Symposium was, let's say, in Asia, so that means that I would need to fly to one continent and then fly home, then fly to another one, or relocate from one continent to another. It makes it a little bit more expensive and more challenging in terms of time. And the same problem would be faced by 20, 30, 40 professors who attend these events. And so we're trying to do it back to back with the Academy of International Business. Now, the countries we spoke to, universities, were 1, Greece, Athens. And so Greece is a great country, interesting, rich history, obviously. One problem with Greece is that it's somewhat far from Poland. So it's like a 16-hour drive. So it would still take some relocation after one event to the next. Second, in Greece, almost everything is closed in the summer. So dormitories will be closed, a university will be closed, many businesses will be closed. And so we're a little bit worried that it may be difficult to have a full, rich program for the X-Culture participants. Then we spoke with people from Prague, Czech Republic. Again, very, very interesting, close enough, a world-class city with wonderful architecture, thousands or hundreds of museums, very interesting, but also very expensive. And so for the students, it will cost quite a lot of money. And another problem, the university that would host the event. It's a smaller university. And so like, for example, the largest room they would have is at this time 120 people. So they may be able to find some facilities that they can rent from somebody else, but we expect 150 students and about up to 50 professors, plus coaches, plus ambassadors. So it may be 200 people plus. So the venue is just too small. So they're now looking, doing some final preparations and checks, but we will at this time, we're a little bit worried about some of these limitations. And then we have Kosovo, Pristina. This one is very interesting. So other than nobody knows much about Kosovo, and many people still think of Kosovo as war in the 1990s. So it's been like 30 years now. But so it's a beautiful location, wonderful nature, great city. The university has everything that we would need. Interestingly, the host would be a professor who is both a professor at the university, but also he runs a network of private schools. In fact, their client, one of the clients this semester, Finnish Schools International. And so he is a person we've been working with for years, very reliable, very interesting. So, and then there is even a possibility of some funding through the Erasmus program, at least for the European students. So maybe even some students will get travel stipends through that program. So very interesting. So we are looking at very closely at this one. So running some final checks, but maybe Kosovo. Another interesting option is Austria, Innsbruck. So it's a tourist destination in Innsbruck. Again, a wonderful professor there whom we know, who has organized a few events for us on the research front. Like she organized an event in Seattle, Washington, here in the United States this summer And Research Hackathon did a wonderful, outstanding job. So working with her would be great. It's not a big city. It's a nice kind of older tourist destination. She found all of the venues. There is a possibility if we're there, most likely the hosts would be Swarovski. That's the the company that makes, diamond jewelry. And then the Red Bull apparently is headquartered there. So again, I'm not a big fan of Red Bull and energy drinks, but I know many young people are, and it'd be interesting to work with them. The big challenge here is it's a very expensive place. So it's one of the more expensive destinations for tourists. And even though we may be able to get some venues cheaper, but still it will cost a lot of money for the students. And then the fifth and the last one is Poland itself. Not little, but one town called Lublin. So it's kind of closer to the Ukrainian border, about 2 hours away from Warsaw. Everything checks out in this city. Everything's great. And even there is a big advantage that the city was chosen by the European Union as the youth capital of 2023. And so there is some money coming to Lublin from the European Union specifically to organize youth conferences. And so we're still trying to figure out how much funding may be provided by the EU to our conference. But it looks like there may be some substantial sponsorship coming that way, which again will make it much more affordable for the students and for you. And so at this time, we are still trying to finalize all of the sort of numbers and decisions and details, and probably will be making the final choice, if not this weekend, then sometime next week. So if you have any insights, if you have any suggestions, if you have any sort of reservations, because I haven't been to most of those cities, so maybe you can share them with us, and we'll see, together we'll decide where we go. And then for the fall semester, so in 2 months, we have the AAB, Academy of International Business conference in the United States, organized by the United States Southeast chapter. And so we have invited, so there will be 50 ex-culture students attending that event. That one is primarily for the students who would like to have academic careers. So there will be still a lot of business components. There will be a client company. There will be company visits to several companies. All those workshops on how to write a resume, how to write a cover letter. Obviously, we'll have our usual elevator pitch competition, always very popular, where we put a bunch of executives in an elevator and they go up and down in an elevator, and the students sort of walk in and try to pitch an idea while the elevator goes from the first floor to the 15th floor, or whatever the number of floors are in that building. So kind of the usual real interesting stuff that we will be doing. But usually we don't invite academy students to the fall event because, as I said, it's more of a sort of academic conference. It is part of a conference where there will be several hundred professors and there will be only a few students. And so that's much more useful for the older students who would like to do research, who maybe are thinking about going to graduate school, like PhD programs, maybe master's programs, and especially for those who would like to become professors themselves. So this is a great opportunity to meet other professors, other schools, especially in the United States. And so it's a smaller one and kind of geared towards more mature, academically oriented students. But again, in the future, at this time, I don't think we invited anyone from the academy. There could have been 1 or 2 students who really, really wanted to attend, and we made the exception. But for the academy, usually we aim at the summer event. So that one is much more sort of diverse, much more business, fun, learning, hands-on. So less about science in the traditional sense. So it seems to be more suitable for a wider audience. So that's a brief overview, and I'll stop here.
Okay, thank you very much, Vas. For the academy students that you guys may feeling a little bit lost of all this information, right? For the symposiums and global business weeks, only the best students of the semester will be invited to that event, okay? So as we are at the beginning of our program, make sure to already start doing good in the tests, exams, and also in the practical phase. So in that way, you will be invited for those events, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rafael. I'm going to leave it to you. Thank you. And sorry, I went a little over time. So
no problem, no problem. I think that this kind of information are great for the students. It may give motivation for them to do harder. So thank you very much.
Well, you have to understand that Academy is part of a program that is primarily designed for university students and professionals. Yeah. So I thought you might want to know how you fit in the picture.
Yeah, it is. Thank you very much, Vas.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. So to start our meeting today, it will be mostly just a Q&A session. Okay, I will just make an introduction of what you're going to do throughout this week, but feel free to ask any questions if you have. Okay, I will start just with a video, a 5-minute video, just to start our engine. Okay, so let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Crystal.
I will start it.
What you need to understand right now, more than any other time, is that you aren't here to simply survive or navigate foreign territory. No, you were made for this moment. Especially when you can start to feel that finish line. You can see the top of the mountain. When you know everything is about to be on the line, your greatest test awaits. But here's one of the greatest secrets I've ever been told. That test is not about right now. It's not even about the future. It's about the foundation you've already been building and trusting yourself to be you. It's all those times you could have said no, but you didn't. How you, like so many others, could have taken that easy road, but you opted for something greater. No, my friend, this obstacle before you is not where you prove or make or create yourself. It's where you simply verify who you already are. Cash in on a prize that's been years in the making. It's where you validate the price you've been paying for as long as you can remember. There's a saying that pain is temporary, but quitting is forever. And that simple quote has got me through some of life's greatest trials and tribulations, most challenging times. Because to put it simply, when we're overwhelmed or we're amidst life's chaos, our minds don't scream out, "Oh, hey, you've gotten through this before, and you'll get through it again." They don't remind us of our strengths or reassure us of our dedication. No, when we feel like we are neck deep in chaos, all we see is what we're not. That's why people quit. They become consumed with the dark, forgetting that the answer is a light switch away, overlooking the fact that they already have everything they need. So let this be your reminder that getting across the finish line doesn't require some miracle. Doesn't require you to do what no one in humanity has ever done before. No, all it asks is that you believe in yourself, to hang on when others would let go, to continue forward when you most want to turn back. Because it's always darkest before the dawn, most challenging at the peak. When the roar of the crowd becomes audible and the trophy visible, find it within yourself to rise amidst the pressure, not to shrink, but to expand. To be the most powerful person in your life, you. Because right now, in this moment, you have arrived. Years from now, when you look back, make sure you remember one thing about this moment: that you gave everything you had. That you leaned in on those late nights and those early morning wake-ups. The hours upon hours in the books, the preparation, dedication, and the resilience. That you knew who you were and let it manifest and lead you into the future. See, we all find ourselves at this fork in the road. the one where we have a decision to make. Will I survive or will I thrive? Will I exist or will I truly live? And in the race of life, it's when our hearts pound in our chests, the blood flows through our veins, our lungs cry out for air, our minds beg us to stop, slow down, relax. It's in that moment that we must carry on. We must be our best. We must put all those little pieces together to create our masterpiece, to breathe life into the foundation that you have been standing on this whole time. See, this moment is yours. If you're willing to endure, to hang in just a little bit longer, give just a little bit more, if you're willing to put all of yourself into the task before you, you may just be amazed at what life gives back. You can do this. You're so close to the finish line. Don't you dare give up now.
Okay, thank you very much. I know that it may sound a little bit earlier to show this video for you guys, right? But as we just started the program, it's important that you committed to the program right now, okay? The first weeks, the first exams is important for you to grow and also to make the practical phase easier for you and better, okay? So make sure to have all your own right now to the exams and all these features of Xculture, okay? And also one important thing, make sure that you continue your studies in school or anywhere you study. So these are your priorities. Then you can focus on Xculture, okay? But try to understand how you will fit your calendar to both activities, okay? And also, one important thing, have fun, okay? Xculture is not just about to study, to take exams, to do work. It's about to have fun and meet new people from all over the world, okay? So take that opportunity as your own and make sure to try everything that you can, okay? And okay, so now I will just give you guys a brief step-by-step guide on how you can take the exams and where you will find the training materials and all this kind of thing. And for Beatriz, I will check your email, and after this meeting, I can send you the test, the training materials, okay? But for now, you can just take a look on how you find all these kind of things. Okay, is there any questions so far? Everything okay? Okay, good. So let me share my screen again. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? That's fine? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So all the training materials and exams will be sent through email, okay? Because we have a personal email for each student. So each one of you will receive a different link to the exam. So make sure to check your own email and your own links. The subject of the email will be written as like this: week 1 training materials and test 1-4, and then it will have your name here. Okay, here is mine, just to show you guys how it will work. So please check your name, if your email is correct, your country, and also your age. Okay. Here you'll find some information of this semester's, how many students we have this semester. So far for Academy, we have 421 students from 65 countries. And we also will have more than 6,000 university students for the university track, so from 80 countries. Okay. If you missed our X-Culture Orientation webinar that we had last Saturday, you can just click here and watch. It will explain a little bit what is X-Culture and the next steps. So talking about the exams and training materials, it's very simple, okay? You will find here the link to our resource page. You can just click here and it will open the resource page. Just here. It will ask for a password. It's in your email. Just put it there and it will open the academic resource page. Here you can watch a TED Talk that was done by Dr. Bass, and he talks about X-Culture. So feel free to watch it. And here is the training, theoretical training materials. So as I said in the welcome event, there will be 4 weeks of training materials and exam. Each week, I will share the training materials and exam on Tuesdays, okay? So we will receive all the materials from now on Tuesday. So let me get the dates here. So next one will be the 30th, 6th, and the last one on the 13th, September 13th. So right now, how you're going to start to study? As we said earlier on the welcome event as well, you don't need to read all the training materials and just take the exam at once. If you want, you can take the whole week. Right now it's kind of late because you will only have today and tomorrow, right? Because we started on Monday. But you can take your own time to read all the training materials, watch all the videos, and then you can take the exams. You can just click here and it will open the video about X-Culture and you can just watch. It's very short videos, okay? At least for this one. So it's going to be easy for you. And then the training module 1, that's the X-Culture Academy Student Handbook. You can just click here and it will open the file. For the first week, it's very basic. We will just explain what is X-Culture, how it works, how are the next steps, and everything related to that you're going to face throughout this semester. So you can be clear on what to do and what are the next steps, okay? So basically just that, okay? You can just click for the students here. So just these 4 training modules. If you want, and if you already take the exam 1, you can start studying for week 2. I already shared the training modules, okay? Okay, then after you read the training modules and watch all the videos, here you'll find your link to the first test, okay? Your week 1 theory test. You can just click here and it will open another page. Again, please check your details, name, email, country, age, and you can just start. As I may have said before, the deadline is tomorrow, Sunday, August 28th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard, okay? So make sure to understand the time in your own country as well. And you can just start the test. You can, I have visited, read, seen it, okay, that's great. So I have seen everything. Started this. So whenever it starts, it will ask you just simple questions for this time, just to understand if you are really reading the training materials and really understanding all these the things that are on the training modules, okay? As I have said, you don't need to finish right away. You can take time. So reading here. When was extracurricular? Oh, I don't remember. So you can open the training and materials, check for the information, and then answer the question. And you can move on to the other questions as well. Okay, so you don't need to do everything right away. Take time, take your own time. Make sure to only submit it before tomorrow, Sunday, August 28th at 11:59 p.m. Okay, that's it. Everything's clear? All clear?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Thank you. Is there any question related to training modules and exams? How to participate in these events? Probably it was asked when Vas was here, right? So all the students that had a very good performance throughout the semester, they will be invited for the symposiums and global business week. Okay, so make sure to start doing harder right now. Sir, when we meet physically, unfortunately, we can only meet physically on those events. So only students who had a great performance will be able to participate on that. Okay. Actually, even myself, I have never participated in this Global Business Week yet, because when I was about to participate, COVID happened, so we had 2 years gap without this kind of events. So it's going to be good that I will be able to join the next one next year. What does it take to be one of the best students? First, you need to do good in exams. Okay, so the four exams, but mostly important, you need to have good peer evaluations during the practical phase. We will talk about that whenever you pass the 4 exams. Okay. What would make me to stop student? Oh yeah, there it is. I think I already answered, right? Okay. Is there any other question? No.
Sir, yeah.
Okay.
If we ace the practical exams, practical training, and basically everything, does that guarantee our place on global symposium or not?
No. Only people that will be invited to the global symposium. No, wait. Can you repeat your question? I think I didn't understand.
Yeah, if we ace the practical phase, does that guarantee our place in global symposium?
If you participate, no. Only
if we ace the practical phase.
Ace?
Yeah, like perfectly done.
Oh, okay, yeah, you will be.
Okay. Yeah.
If you do great in the practical phase, in the theoretical phase, you will be invited to the symposiums. Okay. Okay, is there any other question? Otherwise, we can open to the Discord admin so they can talk about Discord itself and the mini events that we will have there. When would be the symposiums? I couldn't hear about at this point. No problem. It will be only next year by July, I think. We don't have exactly the date yet, but we will announce by the end of this year probably. How many students are invited every year? The invitations are open to all the students that performed great throughout the years, but only 200 students are accepted to be there. So you'll be competing to all the other students that have participated before. Okay, so that's why you need to have a great performance. Okay, is that fine? Also, if you participate as a coach after you finish the program as a student, you have great great possibilities to be invited to be there. Okay, so coaches have this kind of advantage. Like another question. Okay, what if we perform exam? How will be traveling process be? It depends. Actually, it depends. It will. Vaz and Dr. B will announce by the end of the year. But usually we have some costs that you guys will need to cover, at least the flight. Okay, but for the housing and food, it's going to be announced by Dr. B, Dr. Vaz later. Okay. Neha, do you have a question? No? Okay. Does it mean that 200 of us? It depends. If you all perform very, very good, yes, you guys will be invited, but then we will need to filter who are the best one from this kind of for this group, of this group actually. Where is the symposium going to be? We don't have the place yet, but it seems that's going to be on in Europe. Okay. Okay. So you say, Emily, are you guys there? Is Teja here? Okay. Can you do an introduction to Discord just to explain a little bit how it works and the events that you're going to have there? Are you ready for that? Okay, so you can share your screen.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you see, we can.
Okay, so basically a quick and brief introduction to Discord is that it's a sort of like mobile communications app that we X-Culture uses, and we do host things like events on the X-Culture Discord, and it's basically a community on Discord for X-Culture individuals to connect with each other and also communicate and have fun. I can post the link in an invite link in the chat right now. Let me do that real quick.
Not just that, can you please show a little bit about it?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll just share my screen, I guess. Okay, so I'd like to point out that in our Discord, especially, there's things where there are specific channels for events such as a picture book, a peace project. There are multiple channels where you can discuss interesting topics such as general chat, the arts and culture chat, and basically can communicate about the relevant topics here with about anything that interests you. There's also fun places like the rec room category where we basically have bots to just like have fun with in like the channels, and so examples are small games or small trivia questions. We also regularly announce announcements here which are important and we feel like the community would benefit from. And we also think that this is a great place to sort of like socialize with peers outside of like just your own team, like your own student team. Yeah. There's also voice channels you can communicate with other people too via a call, similar to Zoom, but you can sort of like get in a call here for relevant discussions. Is that all, Rafael?
Do you guys have the events, the mini events that's going to be on Discord or not yet?
I think we're still scheduling some of it, but there are definitely plans made. Yeah.
So you're going to announce on Discord as well, right?
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
announce them soon.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, Jose. Thank you very much.
No problem.
There is another question here. Are we compete for the 200 place with university students and professional shoe, or only us in the academy? Actually, you guys going to compete with everyone that's going to participate in this semester's program, but we will probably have some seats only for academy. But you don't need to worry that much, because usually academy students have very, very great performers. At least through 2 or 3 groups, they even have performance better than university students. Okay, so I really trust you guys that you guys can do very good and awesome jobs and very good reports as well. So it may feel like you may not have the confidence yet, but I know that you guys are capable of doing better than university students. So just take your time and hard work, and it will be worth it in the end. Okay. Okay. Is there any other questions? Otherwise, we can end earlier today. Oh, actually, I can promote our next event next week. Is there any other question while I search for the next weekend event? You guys can post or ask any question. Okay. So for next weekend, we will have our first virtual tour. Okay, it's going to be hosted by one of your coaches this time, but our idea is that in the practical phase, whenever you guys pass it, you can also host your own virtual tour. So for example, you are from Italy and you want to show your school or some place that you like, you are able to do that as well. Okay, so if you guys are interested on this, you can just start planning it right now. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. So make sure to submit your exams by tomorrow. Keep in mind, okay, everything related to agriculture, we will post it for regarding Eastern Standard Time. So it's important for you to understand that and try to figure it out on how we will manage time thinking of that. Okay. Today was really informative. Thank you very much. Thank you for the feedback. If you guys have, during the webinars, if you guys have any ideas to improve our events, mini events, and webinars, feel free to send it to us, okay? We are always trying to improve our program and always try to make the program better for everyone, not only just students, but for all the coaches and admin team as well. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you guys. And make sure to start conversation on Discord, okay? You are free to do it. Hello?
Yeah, I have a doubt.
Okay.
Can you please show us a sample report? Like at the end of the practical phase, we are supposed to submit a report. Can you please show a sample of it?
Oh, you can just check by your own, actually. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Wait a minute, just let me share my screen again so you can see it. Okay, so if you go to our main page, xculture.org, okay, let me share here. But I wouldn't focus on that right now, okay? Please focus on the training materials and exam first. Then in the practical phase, you can take a look. Okay, you go to other winners. So you can take a look of the past winners of the Xculture. We usually don't have just one winner, but about 6, because we had 6 or more companies. Okay, so you can just click here best teams. And you can click here the finalist reports. So if you open and you can download it. Okay, as you can see here, we had 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 10 winner teams. Okay, and also you can just look for all the best teams from all previous semesters. Is that fine?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yes, thank you for sharing the link. Hello, who's that?
Hello. Yeah, this is Jay Surya.
Hey.
I have a question as well.
Sure.
Yeah, so I've already gone through few of the finalist reports, and I observed that few of their documents, that is their pages, it was really well edited. Did they do that themselves, or will we be provided with those sheets?
It depends what you're talking about. Which one you're talking about?
I can't remember the details, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, but usually everything all the information comes from the internet or from the company itself. So they just understand the challenge and work on the challenge to provide the best solution for them. So usually it's all done by the students. Okay. There are probably some international business information that you may not be aware yet, but we will explain that on our training modules. So you learn a little bit about international business, SWOT analysis, how to do market searching, how to target customers, and all these kind of things. Okay, so you will have some knowledge regarding that by the end of the training, the theoretical phase. So do not worry. Okay, I know that it can sound a lot of information right now, right? Because I have participated in X-Culture, but not as academy, but in the university 5 years ago, I think. So it was very rough at the beginning because there were a lot of information, a lot of information to know, to understand, and also a lot of people to meet. So it's a little bit harsh at the beginning, but do not worry. Okay, it will take some time, but you'll get used to it. So no worries. Okay, just take your time. I think Tejas is here. Hey Tejas, you say already talk about Discord, but you want to say something else? Tejas, are you there?
Hi. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was just changing my audio system. Hi everyone. Wait, let me just switch my camera on. Hi everyone. I hope you guys can see me. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys have had an amazing Q&A session so far. All right. So with that, let me just brief you guys a little bit about what is to come on Discord. For those of you that are not on Discord, I will just send the link like right now. Or actually, you say if you can just do that if you're in the meeting, could you just add the link to the Discord server once again? We'll be sending it like right now in the chat as well. And so basically what I wanted to tell you guys is that Discord is a fun, interactive place for those of you that don't know, for all of us to engage, have fun, have conversations, and we really, really want to see that from you guys. So what I want to let you guys know is that in the coming few weeks, we're going to be having a series of fun activities. We're going to be starting off with a virtual scavenger hunt. We're going to be having live sessions that are going to be done on call where you and other members of the X Culture Academy will have the opportunity to interact with each other and have fun while playing games. We're going to be conducting a large-scale virtual series of escape rooms as well coming up in September. So be sure to be waiting for all of that, and definitely join Discord if you haven't already. Thank you, Rafael.
Thank you very much, Tejas. So I think that's it, guys. Any other question? Final question? No? If you just had a have a question in the future, feel free to send an email to Academy. Okay, academy@x-org. Also, you can ask on Telegram, Discord, or you can just ask some coaches as well. Okay? So that's it for today, guys. I hope to see you guys on our virtual tour next weekend. And make sure to submit your tests by tomorrow, okay? And Beatriz, are you still there? I will send the email to you probably in a couple of minutes, okay? I will just check your email. Okay. What? Just typos, no worries, no worries. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.